Okay, so we are kind of starting a new story arc. The last one having wrapped up with Dauntless and crew successfully bringing in their mirror universe counterparts, um, and in that sense, kind of saving the multiverse from the mirror universe having the Omega particle that would not have ended well, no matter how you look at it. Got back,
Yay!
got back to the Prime Universe. Spent a few days dismantling the spore drive technology, doing debriefings, uh,
And
and
other things.
yeah, and there was Ambassador Troy and cake. There was a lot of cake, mostly chocolate. Um, and at the tail end of all that, there were some personnel orders that came in, um, transferring two personnel to the USS Dauntless. Um, Plakir, daughter of Jatora, and Shiana Darrow, Lieutenant Commander Shiana Darrow, both to be picked up from the Felethric station. So that is where we began.
Like, where are we at? Or are we on the bridge? What are we doing?
Yeah, on the bridge at the Felithric's, in orbit around the Felithric's homeworld.
Have I received these orders, like, via pad, via...
Um, yeah, I'll say via pad. Kind of in your ready room. Just got the pad from from a yeoman, and have just noticed the names on listed.
And she kind of gets a half smile and leaves the ready room, comes out onto the bridge, and she um, says to Jonah, she goes, hail the station.
I got them.
Does this station have a name, by the way?
Um, it does. It would. Give me a second. Um, Give me maybe more than a second. um, let's go with. Let's go with Freedom Station. No. Yeah.
I like that. I think
Okay.
it's good for their first station.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll go with
I like
Freedom
that.
Station.
Freedom Station, this is USS Dauntless.
Dauntless, this is Freedom Station. Go ahead.
Looks like we have transfer of personnel.
Yes, one Starfleet crew member and one Klingon Defense Force crew member. Is that correct?
That would be correct.
I have them standing by whenever you are ready.
Have them beam to my bridge.
Will do. Freedom Station out.
And Bianca just nods to the transporter chief behind, at the back of the bridge.
Yep. Energizing.
Back so soon.
Shiana has a grin on her face. And she says, "Oh, it is good to be home."
And Bianca will turn to the Klingon officer and say, I'm Captain Bianca West.
Plakir, daughter of Jatora, of House Duras. A pleasure.
I'm not on the bridge.
I mean, you could be if you wanted to be.
Well,
No,
Captain,
I'd be.
where? Sorry, Shanna says, Captain, uh, where would you like me?
Your station, unless you want to cool your heels for a minute.
Well, I suppose I could take my baggage to my quarters.
I had them
Which
cleaned out
is
and they're waiting for you.
when Plakir speaks up. Why don't I take care of the baggage? And you and the captain can get reacquainted.
And Bianca she shrugs and then she kind of nods her head towards the ready room.
Thank you, Plakira. I will see you later.
And she makes her way off the bridge as the two of you head into the ready room.
So,
So I follow Bianca into the ready room.
Bianca just kind of, as she sits down, she goes, I didn't realize we were going to be having any KDF transfers.
Well, I did request this one, though I do believe that I also earned it.
Oh?
Well, she earned it. It was us who alerted the ambassador to Captain Styles's irregularities.
Irregularities is a way to put it, I guess.
Well, I'm trying to be more diplomatic. How's it going so far?
Weird, to be honest.
He was a piece of shit captain, and I figured it out, and with Plaquer's help, and so I'm back.
Can't believe I let him pull one over on me. I didn't even check the orders.
I can't believe you didn't ask to see the orders.
Well, I was freshly minted. It made no sense to me why. It made perfect sense to me that he would have a higher jurisdiction.
I would hope that you now have greater faith in yourself and what you've done and what your name means, especially to the people on Dauntless. You're Captain Bianca West. Freaking act like it.
Fair enough. Ugh.
So what else were you up to while I was away?
Oh, saving the multiverse. No big deal.
Nope. Wait, what?
Oh, did you hear about the Ciatina?
Sienna would probably have heard about the Ciatina. And to recap that briefly, what happened was the Mirror Universe Dauntless crew wiped them out.
Oh, yes, that's right. Okay. Yes, I did hear about the Ciatina.
Nasty business. And
Really
our counterparts
atrocious.
absconded with their omega stabilizing technology. So we had to go get them. Destroy the research and the spore drive that they had used to get here.
You went to the Mirror Universe?
Oh yeah, we went back in time first, and then we went to the Mirror.
Wow, I miss all the fun.
Fun is a way to put it, I suppose.
It sounds like fun. You're back, so I'm assuming you won the engagement?
Yes. With Sidroma's help.
Oh, I do miss that. Snarky Romulan. Wow.
She was instrumental.
But that's good news also for the continued, future of the Federation and Romulan relationships, right?
I would hope so.
Good.
Well, and
I've been so focused on getting the Felithrics up and running with some kind of, you know, defense system, and I've felt so out of intergalactic politics.
well,
Though I
it's easy.
suppose it's been a good break.
Yeah, well, this region has its own politics. We've only barely begun to scratch the surface. So,
The Felithrics do love their ceremony and their talk.
well, let's hope they can stand on their own 2 feet.
Well, after how I've prepared them, they can.
Well, that's good. Wouldn't want anybody else on the job.
Thank you. But again, I'll say it again, and I'm sure I'll say it again, even more. It feels very good to be home because Dauntless is home.
We're glad to have you back.
We'll see how you feel about that the next time I, shoot somebody without permission.
Or question my orders on the bridge.
Unlikely to happen again, Captain.
We shall see.
I have learned a thing or two in my time away. I hope.
Well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Fair enough.
You know I'm just giving you a hard time.
Of course, but also you're my captain, and there are expectations.
Oh, well, I'll have to introduce you to the first officer when he gets back. He's currently assisting the engineering teams dismantling the spore drive and hasn't been able to get away.
And who is your first officer now?
My old roommate from the academy. Believe it or not.
What?
Commander Bosch Anjar.
I look forward to meeting
You'd
him.
like him.
All right. Any other changes I need to know about? I'm sure there are a lot. Maybe I should just snoop through my personnel files now that I'm your chief of security again.
Don't tell her. I want her to find out on her.
Let's just say there are more than a few changes in personnel.
And I do think that you will find Plucare to be a valuable addition to your science crew.
Good. Definitely need more of those.
So in the meantime, Jonas, what do you think? What do you think Jonas would be up to right now, Journey?
Jonas would probably be. Do we have an astrometrics lab?
We do.
Yes.
He would be in there with the course that the map that he has plotted somehow.
Okay.
Oh, can I be helping?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Let me do a thing here. Okay. Yep, I should have you guys in stellar cartography right now, so.
Yep.
Ooh, pretty.
This looks. Hmm. I wish these things came with names. I just have destinations and things. I don't have anything else.
It's pretty common to name things once you discover them. Maybe you have the privilege of naming everything.
Mm. I'm pretty sure some of these are going to be inhabited, or at least have to be inhabited.
Well, you could simply give them a spatial coordinate. It's what the Borg do.
I guess we can do that for now. Do you want to help me with that?
Of course.
I still, it's still pretty amazing how that happened.
So, explain it to me again.
Um, did when he saw all this, was this before or when like they first went into
That
the
was
network?
that was basically what he saw when they went into the mycelial network to travel into the mirror universe. And what Jonas has been doing over the past few days is outlining to his best recollection where these gems were, or these bright and dark spots that were left over from this large gemstone that exploded in his vision into the Carina
Mm-hmm.
Nebula.
All right. So the first time we went into the mycelial network, it was very brief and fast, and I felt this overwhelming sense of emotions. But the next time when we jumped into the mirror universe, it was different. I had this sort of vision, and there was this gem, and it exploded, and all the pieces of this gem fell out across the nebula, and that's what all the dots are. I'm guessing systems or planets, or I guess we'll find out once we start going out that way.
I have this expression that's like bemused, but like completely confused at the same. Just like trying to process the idea of that.
You know, if you lived on Bajor for any sense of time, hearing about visions and flashing gems, it's not a new thing, but this is definitely not what I thought it was at first.
From what I'm familiar with, orb visions uh, tend to be a little bit more verbal.
Hmm. I mean, I've never had one before now, but
Do you think it was an orb?
no. I think if it was an orb, one of them, it would be completely different.
What was the shape of the crystal?
Do I remember the shape of the crystal?
You do. It
Kana.
was roundish. It had facets to it, so it wasn't perfectly spherical, but it was spinning very rapidly.
Did it have a specific color, or was it just shining and I couldn't?
It was shining, and it was shining with white light.
Okay. Uh, it was It was a sphere, but it had all these facets on it, and it was shining with a bright white light as it spun.
Interesting.
Very. And like I said, all these dots, all these spots are where pieces of the gem fell after it exploded at the end. Well, towards the middle of the vision. And then the end is the aftermath, which is the nebula.
That's strangely helpful and disconcerting.
Well, I mean, beforehand we didn't have any idea what was in the nebula, and now at least we have some sort of idea. So I guess I'm going to call that progress.
Pragmatic.
Hey, when you listen to the universe, strange things aren't that strange anymore, especially random visions.
You know, if I were a lesser person, I would just chalk it up to neurological.
You know, there are some that still do.
Well, they aren't aware of your species' Esper rating.
Probably not. I mean, there's really not that many of us left. And I think, I mean, aside from Guinan, I don't know of any others that are involved with Starfleet at all, aside from myself.
Well, I could give you statistics, but I think it would make you more upset.
Probably. But thank you for the offer.
Do you have any idea on which one we should go to first?
You know, I think I'll leave that up to the captain.
And on that note, Sarah, I'm actually going to have Captain West stop by Astrometrics, if you're okay with that.
That and at that moment, Bianca walks in. Oh, Lieutenant Carden. Dolly?
Hello, Captain.
Captain,
I didn't realize y'all were in here.
just mapping out the nebula, or at least I'm hoping I'm mapping it. Wait, did I tell the captain about my vision? Or does she have any idea what I'm doing?
Not that I recall.
Oh, so you'll have no idea what I'm doing then.
Jonas suddenly has knowledge of the entire surroundings. The captain, what?
Oh, I'm gonna say Bianca came in to get some data just to figure out exactly where to go from here. So I was just gonna say, yeah, I was actually going to be looking at the latest sky survey.
Well, sorry about that.
No,
I
no
don't
worries.
know. I don't know what all we have in store for us, but each of these spots on the map could be a system or a planet, something for us to go and explore.
What's the significance of these points?
The significance, I had a vision, and I will give the captain the same rundown of the vision.
The recap.
Interesting.
I give the... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Can Bianca being telepathic, can she kind of like not just picture in her mind, but she can see it, you know what I mean?
Kind of see it as Jonas sees it?
Yes.
Yes, and to that effect, let's do the first roll of the night. Uh, let's have you make an insight command roll. And difficulty here, I'm going to assign at 0. So
Okay.
difficulty 0 roll.
Alright,
And
would any of my focuses apply?
your astronavigation focus would apply.
Okay. Boom.
And
Ooh,
there's
look
some
at that.
momentum.
Nice roll, Captain.
I upped my insight with that arc milestone.
Nice.
So yeah, you kind of as Jonas is talking about it, he's also practically projecting the image telepathically, and you're able to kind of see what he is envisioning, including some glimpses of the vision itself, which started with this crystal just kind of shattering outward into these large fragments, which Jonas has put on the map, and then the smaller particulate fragments, which resemble the shape of the Carina Nebula itself.
Oh, you put them on the screen. Cool.
I did.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Wait,
Now,
are there
Bianca's brain immediately, upon seeing this, goes to remembering Pike talking about the 7 signals to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of just like, she draws that parallel just kind of privately in her mind, and she's just like, did you cross-reference it with any sort of stellar phenomenon we have just detected so far?
Not yet. So far, I've just been laying out the map and the coordinates that I saw. I haven't done any cross-check.
I wonder what happens if we do. And Bianca just starts kind of typing away at the panel.
Okay. Are you looking for anything specific?
Basically just running a cross-check with the database
Okay.
of what we have so far regarding the Carina Nebula, including the task force data, the Shroud's data, the Felothrix's data.
The Felothrix's data is all pre-warp observational. They are just getting their feet off the ground, so to speak, when it comes to
Right,
subspace astronomy.
Kind of combining everything that we
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. No, I get that. Moreover, the Starfleet's reconnaissance, both the survey and the Shroud's intelligence reconnaissance, has not gone out beyond about these points. So the points that Jonas has placed on the map are all in uncharted space.
Mm-hmm. What I think she would more be referencing with the Felothrix is if there's
Like
any
astronomical
sort of
phenomena?
astronomical phenomena, like legends, maybe? Like,
Yeah, like mythological stories.
yeah.
Oh, or creation myths.
That's what she's more looking after when it comes to the Felothrix data.
Gotcha. Looking through the Felothrix data, cross-referencing it with, say, their constellations and whatnot, nothing jumps out at you guys. However, one of the vessels in the Carina Nebula Task Force is slated to is on assignment near the area, near the area of this star here, or that point, I should say. And I'll pull up the task force handout so you guys can see that again.
Thank you.
Who is in command of the Yorktown now?
The Yorktown's former first officer is now in command. Uh, and I don't have a name for that officer, but if you give me a few minutes, I can try and put one together.
Go for it.
Which vessel is closest to that signal?
Closest vessel to that signal is USS Faraday.
Okay, so one of the scouts.
Yep.
Tell them that we will rendezvous with them at the star.
Or the point. You mean?
The point, yeah, whatever. I don't know what it is. At those coordinates.
Okay.
And they'll probably get there before we do. Just tell them to start preliminary scans. And they can catch us up when we get there.
Duly noted.
And Bianca just looks at Jonas and she goes, set a course.
Hi, Captain. I will go back to the bridge since I'm pretty sure I can't do that down here.
No, you cannot, in fact, plot a course for Master Metrics.
Not fair.
I'm gonna
Actually-
take the.
Yeah, no, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna take the info from the thing onto a pad just so I can work on it on the bridge.
Okay. So, for you guys' records, the acting captain of the Yorktown is a Saurian. His name is Kruk Moose.
Okay. Okay, so Jonas will head back up to the bridge, and he will lay in a course the moment he touches down at his station.
Okay.
Alright. Fine.
Do I need to roll anything, or?
Yes, because you guys will be going into the nebula proper at this point. So that is going to start to introduce some navigation hazards. At this point, however, the difficulty is such that your spatial awareness of the nebula is going to counteract that. So I won't have any added difficulty to this. It is going to be a difficulty 1 roll.
Okay, would my Pathfinder talent come into this?
You can if you choose to reduce the difficulty, but let me give you the difficulty first.
Okay.
I did. It was difficulty 1.
Okay.
And I don't think you can reduce it below that. So
No, it's just a 1. Okay.
yeah.
So, yeah.
So it's going to be Control Con, and the Dauntless is going to assist with Structure Con.
And I'm sure my astro navigation or helm operations will be a focus.
Yes, it will. Okay, and you nailed it.
Anyone want to roll for the ship?
Let Shiana roll for the ship.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Let Kate roll.
Alright, what am I rolling?
You're rolling Structure Con for the USS Dauntless.
Is it 1 die or 2?
It's just 1. It's for the Starship task roll. Right there. Okay. So you guys are maxed out on momentum fairly early on. Nicely done.
And Shiana's on the bridge, right?
Yes, she's at her security station.
All right. Once we get going, I'm gonna.
Okay. Course is laid in.
Course laid in, Captain.
Engage.
And with that, the Dauntless comes about, um, angling toward the Carina Nebula, and jumps to warp. Um, Shortly thereafter, we'll say that Dahli comes up to the bridge.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna drop off a copy of the information for Catalea to also study.
Okay.
And like,
And Cataleya's eyes kind of light up when she sees what you're carrying, like this pad with the astrogation data.
have fun.
Oh, I certainly will. This is a gold mine.
And then I'm gonna like walk past the security station, like kind of automatically, and then stop, and then slowly turn when I realize that it's Shiana.
And Shiana, for your part, you don't quite recognize the individual who's on the bridge. They look familiar, but like they bear a passing resemblance to 19. But for one thing, they have an arm, or two arms, I should say, um, and no signs of Borg implants. So your first thought is
this is me desperately like getting to my personnel files on
Yeah.
my console
Well-
and being like, who the heck?
right. So first instinct is, oh, this must be one of the personnel changes that the captain was talking about. But they look familiar. So yeah, you start going through the personnel records, uh, just as Dali gets up to your station.
Commander Darrow.
What's Dolly's rank?
Centurion.
Shannon nods. Centurion.
Oh, some changes occurred in your absence.
I am attempting to get up to speed on all of those changes. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Again. And like there's just this kind of like recognizable kind of impish smile on Dali's face.
I'm sorry, I haven't found the correct file yet. Shanna pauses and tilts her head.
Give me an insight.
You look very much like...
Oh, and that I was going to have you give me an insight science check, but that works even better. And that's when you put 2 and 2 together.
19?
Indeed.
But not 19.
Also correct. I temporarily
It's not often that
integrated.
Darrow is speechless, but here she is, speechless.
I temporally integrated with the form of myself that exists in this universe.
So, you're an amalgamation of two versions of... Oh, and your name. It's it's Romulan for 19.
It is, yes. Thank you for getting
For what?
the joke.
Oh, it's a you joke now?
I attempt to.
Jonas finds all her jokes funny.
We
I
need to
also sleep now, which is an interesting experience.
it's a very normal mortal experience. You and I will need to catch up. Do you still like tea?
Yes.
Excellent. I think we should make a date to have some tea.
That sounds nice. I'm pleased to see you back aboard. I missed you.
Thank you. I missed Dauntless and everyone on it, especially her command crew, and that includes you, or well, 19, as I knew you. This is. How do you feel?
That is a complicated question.
One for tea. It is. We are on the bridge.
Probably.
Yes. We will discuss.
It is a shame that you did not transfer earlier. Your mirror universe counterpart was rather rambunctious.
At that, Shanna raises an eyebrow. She was what now?
Rambunctious. I believe that's the word. She attempted 6 times to escape the brig.
Where's the command crew of the ISS Dauntless now?
Within Starfleet custody.
Yeah. There is actually a report that is available to you and the captain on that note.
Oh, good. I'll be reading that report.
Okay.
She seemed dismayed in some senses.
Well, we all know I hate to lose.
That is not what I meant.
What did you mean?
It seems that a compatriot of hers was injured during the conflict, and she was not handling the news well.
Something in Shanna's face blanches, like for the briefest moment, as if this is a thing she had not thought about. Well, I will need to read this report.
I will leave you to it. And I will make my way over to my station.
So, to briefly recap the Starfleet security report, Varek Santiago and Jonas from the Mirror Universe are had actually requested asylum as soon as Varek woke up. The Federation, or the Starfleet security, is deliberating the matter, but given that Starfleet has had hostilities with the Mirror Universe, there are two camps of debate. One is that he could prove a useful source of intelligence. The other being, maybe we shouldn't trust this guy.
Not to mention he is a genocidal maniac.
There's that. Uh, Bianca Quarti is being held on Elba 2 for medical treatment. Uh, the Mirror Universe Shenanadero is being kept at Facility 4028. Dr. Ann Richards is being treated at Starfleet Medical. Winters, thank you. Why did I say Richards? I don't even know. But Winters is being treated at Starfleet Medical. So that is the basic breakdown of where they are located.
And it would say that Anne basically made herself the pilot of the spore drive.
Yes. Something apparently happened with the ISS Dauntless's transit back through the mycelial network to the Mirror Universe, and Dr. Winters has been in a coma since.
Reading this report, Shiana thinks it's a good thing she came onto the Dauntless after all of this, because she would want to murder her genocidal counterpart.
True story.
But it also has made her pause and think about what she's just done in bringing Pluck Hair on board Dauntless.
This is about the time when Dauntless receives a priority distress signal.
On speakers.
Give me just a moment. Dauntless, USS Faraday, main power offline. Requesting immediate assistance.
Hold on, Faraday, we're coming.
At maximum warp, you guys are still several hours out.
Quantum slipstream drive.
Would put you there in about 45 seconds.
Can we do that safely in the nebula?
It poses the same risks as warp travel within the nebula. It would, in this case, be a difficulty 3 roll. Same as it was to plot the original course.
Would there... okay.
Same applicable focuses.
Okay,
Would
and
Bianca
if I
be able
chose
to
to, I
assist?
could...
Sorry, I heard Sarah's question, but what were you saying, Journey?
If I chose to, I could use my Pathfinder on that, right?
You could, yes.
Okay, it would just increase the complication range.
Correct. It's a direct trade-off.
Okay.
And yes, Bianca can assist. And how she
Bianca-
assists depends on, or will influence what she gets to roll.
I'm going to help by using by using my knowledge of stellar phenomena to help plot the course.
Gotcha. Okay, so you basically take a station kind of over here. Like you plant your butt in that seat for a moment while he's plotting the course and kind of tie yourself in. I'll go ahead and have you guys make your rolls. It's going to be Command Con or Control Con. The
My
Dauntless,
astronavigation focus apply.
yes, it does. And the Dauntless will roll Structure Con, just like before.
Alright.
Okie dokie.
Is anyone using momentum? Anything along that line?
I'll take one for cautious.
Okay. For 6 successes. Holy crap, you guys.
Roll for the ship, someone?
Kate, you got that?
Yeah, got a success.
Tell me again, it was what plus con?
Structure plus con. Okay. Nothing from the Dauntless, but you guys still are maxed out on momentum once again. As Dauntless, as the warp transition shimmers into slipstream. The speed indicator goes up from warp 6 to warp 7, warp 8, warp 9, transwarp 11, trans 15, 20, 25.
Because
Tops out
I'm
at
gonna
transwarp
keep
40.
I'm keeping my eye on everything just in case something happens. So if I need to, I can pull us out of it as safely as possible.
Okay. You guys are about 30 seconds out. Has anyone got anything they want to do between now and your arrival?
Can we use some of that floating momentum to create an advantage?
What'd you have in mind?
Something that'll help. Whatever is, making the Faraday send out a distress call. Can we get some sort of immunity from it?
Without being specific, I would have to say no.
Okay.
That being said, I will let you do this. I'll kind of help the best way that I can, which is engineering to Dauntless,
Engineering to Dauntless?
or engineering to Bridge, rather.
Bridge here.
Sorry about that.
It's okay, I just was confused for a second.
Dash here, Captain. Caught part of that distress call. I'm going to have our emergency batteries on standby just in case we fall into whatever they did.
Sounds good, Dash. Better safe than sorry.
And Dauntless emerges from slipstream. With the Faraday in view, although I don't have an icon for the Faraday, so you guys will just have to bear with me on that one.
Ooh, using fancy new science art, I see.
Well, you know.
It was a massive scientific discovery. It's not a big deal.
I need scans.
I just want to know how many other games are using that same thing.
Like
Everybody.
Like roll 20 games or what?
Just everybody, the entire nerddom in general. It's just permeated. It's wonderful.
It is
Finally,
wonderful.
an actual photo of a black hole.
Huh? No, that's nebulas.
Oh, never
Sorry,
mind. I
guys.
thought it was the black hole photo.
No, sorry. Nebula's in a planet over there in the corner. That's what that is.
Oh, that's
Didn't mean to
what that is.
disappoint.
Okay. That is
No, it's
okay.
okay. It's still a planet. It's cool.
Just suggestions for later, okay?
Fair enough. Okay, so this is going to be difficulty 3 reduced to 2. Sensor science. Gonna have dolphin crew member on that one, unless one of you guys wants to do it. So it'll be a Catalea up for this. Unless Dali, you want to do it.
Catalea's science is better than.
Okay. Alrighty, and it'll be sensor science for the Dauntless.
I will roll that.
All right, 4 successes. Nicely done, y'all.
Nice.
Such was the precision in plotting the course at warp and then at slipstream that you guys are within 30,000 kilometers of the Faraday. Which is intact. It's still got lighting, and a closer scan reveals its main power is offline. And that is when the Dauntless's main power goes offline. So the lights flicker for a moment and then come on more subdued as the ship's systems switch to auxiliary power.
What's going on?
Can I do a quick listen?
You can. It will be Insight Con. Difficulty will be 2.
And my new attunement focus will come into apply here.
Yes, it will. So as he's doing that, Bianca says, "What's going on?" And Catalina says, "Scanning, Captain. Some sort of power loss, but I'm trying to determine the source."
May I take a die for cautious?
Sure.
A momentum for cautious, I mean.
It's a con task, so yeah. All right, got it back. There is something here that is distorting space, Jonas. And the nature of the distortion is it is causing Dauntless to lose power.
Like, can I determine whether, from the listening, that is our power just being sucked away? Is it being fed on, or is it just being drained?
It's being drained from an external source. An external, and for the amount of success, from the number of successes you generated, from an external and artificial source.
Can I tell where that source is?
It is literally surrounding you.
Oh. Okay. Is it big or small?
It is large enough to surround both the Dauntless and the Faraday.
Okay. Captain.
What is it, Lieutenant?
There's something here, and it's what's making us lose our power. It's around both of our ships.
Is there any way that we can get out under auxiliary power, possibly tow the Faraday with our tractor beam?
When you said it was artificial, did it feel like machine or?
If you want to use one of your bonus momentum for an information spend, I can give that to you.
Yeah, I will do that. I will
Okay.
use one of my bonus momentum.
It is being generated from some sort of machine, some sort of artificial construct.
Is it a bioplasmic life form?
It's all around it. I'll relay that to the captain.
Okay.
Captain, it's it's a machine that's draining our ship's power.
Um, and Bianca,
And then,
at this point, if you would like to gain some character knowledge, I'm going to have you do a reason command roll,
okay.
difficulty 2.
I'm gonna take a momentum. I
It,
don't think any of my focuses would apply.
uh, I'll say your helm operations focus applies on this.
Okay. I'm still gonna take a momentum for cautious.
Okay. All right, got your momentum back. This sounds similar to something that Starfleet vessels have encountered before, known as a Tychon's Rift. Uh, you recall a you recall an encounter from the Enterprise NCC 1701D that was trapped in a rift at one time, as was the starship uh, with the scientist who discovered it.
Almost like a Titan rift. And she turns around and to Catalea and she goes, "Could this be like a Titan rift?"
Kalea says, "You know, it could. That would explain the energy drain."
And focus our scans on an artificial construct. That's what we're looking for.
While that's happening,
I'll have to do it with passive sensors only, Captain. Active scanners are offline until we can get power restored.
I intend to have Dash look into it.
while that's happening, is there any way to do communications with the fair?
Yes, you have ship to ship.
Okay. Captain, we should see if any of their crew are injured.
Definitely. Hail the Faraday.
Hailing the Faraday, Captain.
Faraday, this is Dauntless. We are experiencing a similar power drain. Do you need any medical assistance?
Dauntless, Faraday, you're a sight for sore eyes, Captain. No casualties here. We're just kind of stuck.
We're thinking it might be something like a Tychon's rift. Well, we're working on getting solutions.
Well, if you need any help, Captain, we're here. We'll be here. We're literally not going anywhere.
Yeah, don't I know it.
Our engineer's got a few ideas of their own. We'll talk to your engineering crew and see if we can't come up with something.
2 heads are better than 1.
That's our thought. Faraday out.
Do we know what the resolutions to the other incidents of starships being caught in a rift like this were?
You don't off the top of your head, but you suspect that the few minutes that you guys have been here might have given Dash enough time to start thinking some plans of his own. Provided he knows what's going on.
Well, and Bianca's gonna call Dash. Bridge to engineering.
Engineering here. Ow!
Dash.
Sorry, Captain. You hear him mutter a Tellarite curse just before he apologizes, like he whacked his head on something.
Seems like we're stuck in some sort of Tychon's Rift.
Titan's Rift.
Like the Enterprise D back in the day.
Titan's Rift. Huh. Hold
That's
on.
what I thought of when I realized what was going on.
Huh, okay, you know what? Yeah, those things you don't normally hear too much about those, but it used to be for the Enterprise D and well, the way the Enterprise D got out of it was they were stuck with another vessel, and the other vessel had some substance that they released, and the Enterprise D released hydrogen from its Bussard ram scoops, and it created an explosion, a large energy release. But it's been 40 years, and Dauntless has some power that the Enterprise didn't. We could probably fire a burst of energy from the main deflector and neutralize this thing.
We'll communicate that to the Faraday's crew. We gotta get both ships out of here.
Yeah, but, well, Faraday, Faraday's a small ship, Captain. She's not likely to have the power to assist. This is going to have to be on us.
Well, as long as we have enough power to get both ships out.
If we have enough power to collapse the rift, both ships will be free, no doubt about it.
Alright, get on it.
Will do, Captain. I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Also, you're running my first officer ragged.
Yeah, sorry about that, Captain, but hey, at least he doesn't have a bruise on his head.
Alright. I'll keep him down there as long as you need to.
Appreciate it. Engineering out. I'll be right back, guys.
Okie dokie.
I have to use the little girl's room, so I'm gonna go do that real quick while he's gone.
Okie dokie.
One day I will get to do medicine. One day.
I'm gonna go put laundry in the dryer and be right back.
Okie dokie. And then there were two.
Left unsupervised.
Oh my god. I'm kind of slightly worried. I should have asked if whatever we're in is sentient. Because I'm kind of worried we're about to hurt some poor space creature.
I'm thinking it might be a bioplasmic life form.
Yeah, oh, like the one that had coffee in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope not. Oh gosh.
Alright, I'm back. What'd I miss?
Oh, nothing.
People are
just
running into the.
Oh, okay. Everyone's
people
taking a
running to
bathroom
the
break.
and the pilot is worried that we're about to hurt some giant space creature.
Oh, really, River? River's being all
One moment.
squirrely. Okay.
I will be right.
Okie doke.
I'm just saying one day I'll get to do medicine. One day it will happen. So I ordered shawarma, and I got so much that it's lasted me 2 meals.
Oh, that's awesome. What, River? What? Hi. Oh
So
my goodness, you are so squirrely.
I just, I just realized I haven't watched the latest Star Trek, so I will log off and watch
It's a
that.
doozy. Enjoy.
Bye.
See ya. Well, let me know when everyone's back.
I'm back.
Okay, welcome back.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yay, the captain's back.
It's good to have the captain around.
That it
Kind of
is.
necessary.
Steph, you there?
Yeah, I'm just eating.
That's fine. Okay, so let's pick back up then.
Captain,
Yes, Lieutenant.
Yeah, I copied that.
is there any way to tell whether or not
I copied that.
we're in this rift of yours, or if it might be some sort of sentient spacefaring creature?
Well, you said it was an artificial construction.
Yes, but artificial could sometimes still mean sentient.
And
It's
Bianca
just
just kind of like concentrates for a second.
Give me an insight command. Difficulty
Mhm.
here is 2.
Okay. I'm gonna take a moment to be cautious. And would my composure focus apply?
I'll say yes.
And I made the difficulty.
What's that? You made the difficulty? Okay.
Mhm.
Um, so you kind of you close your eyes and concentrate, just kind of listening in your own way that you do. Um, and you don't hear anything. But you also remember from the logs of the Enterprise D that there was an alien species that made telepathic contact with then Counselor Deanna Troy. Uh, but you're not picking up anything like that here.
I'm not. I'm not getting anything. But then again, we can't read Ferengi's minds, so doesn't necessarily mean there's nothing out there.
I just wanted to make sure that when we released the energy pulse that we weren't just gonna hurt something inadvertently.
No, it's a fair concern.
Engineering to bridge.
Bridge here.
I'm ready, Captain.
All right. And Bianca just takes her seat in her command chair.
Y'all may want to hold on to something.
You heard the man.
Jonas is just gonna hold on to his station and sit back and.
All right. If someone would roll structure security for Dauntless, I'm going to make the difficulty here 3.
Ooh, I can do that.
But Dash is going to take a momentum if you guys are okay with that.
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
You said structure security?
Yes. Actually, let's make that structure engineering.
Oh, okay.
Alright, this one for Dauntless. Oops, he took a momentum. Let's have him roll one more. Oh, nice. Alright, 3. Assist from Bosch. Okay. 5 on difficulty 3 means you guys are topped out on momentum again.
Yay!
So you guys watch from the bridge as this massive burst of energy fires from the main deflector. You think that this is probably everything that the Dauntless had in its emergency batteries, except maybe life support. You know, there might have been some margin there for life support, but probably not much, knowing Dash. A few moments later, there's the energy seems to feed back on itself, and there's this quasi-transparent explosion. There's no shockwave from it, but as it resonates past the ship, main power for both the Dauntless and the Faraday come back online.
Looks like your plan worked.
Every once in a while, that's what they pay me the big money for, Captain.
Good work. Hail the Faraday.
Hailing the Faraday, Captain.
Faraday here, Dauntless. Whatever you did the trick. We have main power back online.
So do we.
Basically trying to ignite the power.
We're gonna do a level 1 diagnostic on our power systems, though, just to make sure nothing got shaken out of place during this whole ordeal.
Right. We're gonna have a further look around.
All right, we'll be in the neighborhood, Dauntless. Faraday out.
Can we get some more detailed scans, Lieutenant Catalea?
That planet looks really interesting, Captain.
Scanning now, Captain. Steph, do you want to do a sensor science roll for the Dauntless?
Sure. Is the difficulties down as well?
The difficulty is 2, counting the reduction. And Catalea is going to take a momentum if you guys are okay with that.
Go for it. Go, Catalea.
Go Dauntless.
Floating momentum.
Catalea says, I've got something, Captain. Some sort of artificial structure near the planet. It's
Jonas, right up.
It's huge. It reads as 2/1000% of the mass of the planet itself.
Massive.
Whoa, that is.
And it's artificial, not a moon.
Reading a makeup of titanium, deuterium, and other elements. This is definitely artificial.
Life signs?
Negative. It does appear to be emanating a field of some sort, though, and this is bad.
Bad?
That doesn't sound good.
It's emanating some sort of field that's distorting subspace, Captain. I don't think we'll be able to go to warp until we've dealt with it.
Take us in closer.
Aye,
Be cautious
Captain.
about it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
So Jonas would like to go in as closely as possible, but also, just in case it has automated defenses we don't know about, evasively as cautiously as possible.
Okay. In that case, let's do a control con check for Jonas and have the ship assist
Mm-hmm.
with engines con. We'll make it difficulty 2.
Okay. I'll grab a dice for cautious just in case.
Okay.
And can I also like scan for like security things?
A tactical scan. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, a tactical scan, please.
Yay,
Please.
and
Okay, so let's resolve Jonas's or Jonas's roll first. Which, holy crap.
I guess I'm on fire tonight.
I
That's a
guess
lot
so.
of floating
Touch this.
momentum. That's 4 floating momentum.
Okay, and for Shiana, let me have you do reason security, and Dauntless will roll sense of security on that. So the difficulty is going to be 2 after the reduction on that.
With my bonus momentum, is it possible to create an advantage to be extra prepared in case we're fired upon or something?
Should I
I
take
will
a
say
momentum, y'all?
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Go.
For that, Jonas, I will say that you've essentially created an evasive action. Like that was kind of the idea behind your roll. You're not necessarily being evasive, but you're on the defensive. You're flying defensively.
Okay.
Steph,
And
you want to roll
what is
sensor
it?
security for Dauntless?
Loot.
Okay, so back to 6 on the momentum there. Tactical analysis of this object indicates it's inert. No obvious defensive systems, although your analysis does back up what Catalea was picking up with her science scan. Like something inside this derelict is generating some sort of subspace dampening field.
That is
Uh,
huge.
Can I do a scan of the planet and like just the immediate surrounding area for any signs of life?
I will actually say that you guys would have turned this up during your initial scans of the system. The planet
Oh.
itself is Class D, so it is roughly Earth mass, but no atmosphere.
Oh, okay. And there's nothing in the immediate vicinity.
For your part, Alan,
Nothing, including not even a star, actually.
for your part, Alan, you notice that Greg is not standing.
So what the heck is it orbiting, or is it?
Well, the planet is not orbiting anything at all. It appears to be a rogue planet.
Oh.
Are there any signs of like former civilization on it?
No.
Hmm.
And whatever this
Class D
derelict...
isn't inhabitable, right?
Correct. Class D is like the moon.
That's what I thought.
One of the things
Yeah,
that you are noticing upon coming up on this derelict is this is or was a piece of something. Like there are shorn edges, jagged, basically all along its outer edges, which indicates it was blown clear of something, perhaps, or torn clear.
Does it look
I think-
old?
I will give that to you guys as Catalea's free obtain information. It is extremely old.
Lieutenant.
Yes?
I think we found your first crystal shard.
So it would seem.
Sensor scans place its age at approximately 150,000 years.
That's old. Even for my species, that's old. Speaking of, just a quick question, just because there's a little nagging feeling. Does this technology look familiar at all to me?
Despite the fact that I yanked it from Star Trek Online, it is absolutely in no way resembling of Borg technology. Like,
Well, no, I didn't mean Borg. I was
okay,
maybe thinking, like my species is really old, and we had we had warp capabilities before a lot of other species.
that's
So
true.
I was just wondering.
Um,
Or even Iconian.
the, the the silver lining to the Iconian War is that it gave Starfleet a lot of knowledge into Iconian technology and architecture. Nothing that you can see from this resembles Iconian technology. Um,
Okay.
that being said, closer scans might prove useful. Uh, this structure appears to have an interior, or once had an interior, which is now kind of merged with the exterior by nature of it having been violently disassembled.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Captain,
Yes, Lieutenant.
I normally don't volunteer for things like this, but if possible, I would love to be a part of an away team that goes down there, if we deem it safe to go aboard.
Let's do some deep scans first. Then we'll see about sending someone.
Sending a team of someone's?
Yes, obviously it's a royal we thing.
Uh, what kind of scans are you guys looking to do?
Structural integrity, what the environment is like
Okay.
inside.
Is there and another thing, is there a specific scan to detect artificial life forms, or does that go hand in hand with the regular one to detect biological life forms?
Uh, Detecting an artificial life form would pose its own challenges because you would have to basically scan for energy readings.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Like the only reason they can like detect data is like they can like they're like, oh, they
his
get
comm badge.
subatomic readings
Alright.
Yeah.
and his comm
Okay.
badge.
Stealthy.
While all of this scanning is happening, and
Mm-hmm.
with a mix of my still somewhat efficient brain, Borgy kind of brain and memories,
Mm-hmm.
um, and my focus in galactic history, can I see if this resembles any kind of technology the Borg ever encountered?
I'll allow the roll. Yeah. Uh,
Sweet. Okay.
Damage.
so that will increase your complication range to 2.
Mm-hmm.
The difficulty is going to be 2,
Oh,
Okay.
and it's going to be reason science.
I apparently made a friend.
All right. Um, I would like to buy an extra dice if that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Um, I don't need the walking encyclopedia thing if that's what you're thinking, because I
That is
actually
what
do
I was
have a
thinking,
focus
actually,
in.
yes.
Yeah, no, I do have a focus in galactic history.
Okay. In that case, your complication range would just be 1.
Sweet. Okay. And 3 dice, and you said difficult.
Keep it up.
Difficulty 2.
Do I want to use a determination? Not really. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm
Oh
fine.
wow.
Practically didn't need to. You guys are
Three.
on fire. Dauntless is doing what it came to the Carina Nebula to do, and you guys are showing it. Uh, with 4 successes, I can say that this does not match any profiles of technology that the Borg have encountered.
Okay.
That being said, there are extrapolations of technology from approximately 47 cultures that could, over time, have come to resemble this technology.
Okay.
Oh wow. That's cool.
Any specific ones that immediately come to mind?
Oh, Caretaker,
Mm-hmm.
uh, V'ger, Starfleet.
Okay. Um, and the Carina Nebula is in the Beta Quadrant?
Correct. It is practically smack dab in the middle of the Beta Quadrant, well away from Borg territory.
Okay. Well, assessing the technology, it doesn't seem to resemble anything that's been part of a culture that's been assimilated.
Which quite possibly comes as a relief.
Yeah.
Is there
Is
any sort of computer core?
There is.
Something we could get data off of?
There is, and there is a small part of the derelict that does appear to still be active. Um, it is probably the source of the subspace field that you guys are in. It's probably what's generating that.
Is there a
uh
way to shut it down remotely or access the computer core remotely?
Doesn't appear so.
I have a quick question.
Okay.
With this distortion wave coming out, just because I, as the player, can't remember,
Mhm.
um, does that mean we wouldn't be able to use we couldn't use our technology to beam aboard, or would that still be a
Transporters will
viable
still
option?
work.
Okay, I
That
couldn't
being
remember
said,
whether or
there's
not.
no atmosphere aboard the derelict, so you would definitely want to suit up for this.
Mm-hmm. Jonas is looking at the captain expectantly. He's kind of bouncing in his seat. This is what he does. He has a focus in ancient technology, people.
Yes. Have Commander Anjar assemble an away team. Yes, Jonas, you'll get to go.
Yes.
Captain, we did also recently get a xenoanthropologist. I think it might be good to have them on this away mission as well.
Xenoanthropologist.
That would be
Pluck
Plaquer.
Air Captain.
You know, I was just thinking that she might be useful. I didn't realize she was a xenoanthropologist. Yeah, let's go ahead and put her on the away team as well.
Cue Shiana gushing about her girlfriend.
Aw.
Captain,
And
if I may also be on the away team.
I was going to say they're going to need someone just in case, skeletons jump out of the closet.
Wait, in case who jumps out?
Skeleton.
Skeleton.
Oh, yeah. You sound really muffled for some reason, Sarah.
Because my earbud fell out.
That would
Which
do it,
the one that
yes.
contains my microphone.
Captain, may I also assist?
Go right on ahead.
Okay, so you
All
guys
right.
You guys have Shiana, Black Air, uh, Jonas. And who else is going? Oh, Dahli.
And Shanna.
Yeah, I got Shiana. Had her on there first.
Okay.
We suit up.
In fact, I'll have her lead it.
Okay. All right, and give me just a moment here.
You can lead it while the nerds do their nerd thing.
So true.
Nerding out.
Also gives me a chance to subtly study plucky air.
Oh gosh, I just realized Jonas is going to be transporting. This will be interesting.
I mean, unless you guys would rather take a shuttle.
Did we notice any places where we could dock a shuttle?
This thing is so big you could fly the Dauntless into it.
Mm.
In terms of actual docking ports, you would probably have to make one.
Lieutenant Cardin, you've successfully transported twice since being aboard the Dauntless.
Only a few times.
I would offer to hold your hand, but I fear it would be slightly problematic.
I appreciate the thought. And he'll give her a smile.
I mean, you are both going aboard.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like offering to like trying to like be comforting in that off.
Yeah, if in that case, yeah, he'll totally take her hand when they're about to transport.
I'm gonna hold it until we energize because I don't want to get merged to another person.
I don't think that would happen. Like Star Trek 4, like the whale scientist like jumps on top of Jim Kirk and it's like surprise.
Oh, that's right. Okay. As long as I know that we won't like become one person with like one really long.
Oh no, Jonas has already been stuck in like transporter buffers for a while. He doesn't want that to happen again.
That's fair.
So, all right, you guys ready?
Yes. Oh wait, do we need to bring anything specific? Because other than tricorders and a phaser,
Probably an engineering.
Possibly an engineering kit. I would
I
say
will bring one of those.
obviously you guys are beaming over in your encounter suits, your
Yes.
exosuits things.
Yes.
Technical, I speak it.
So engineering kit, our suits, phasers just in case.
And your enthusiasm.
Yes, my enthusiasm is enough to give us a lot of stuff. Okay, already.
All right. And energizing.
Jonas is holding his breath. That's cool.
Uh, you guys beam over to an interior that um, looks to show some of the violent occurrence that must have happened to this derelict in order for it to have been torn away from its parent structure. There's debris still kind of floating in place. Um, most of the consoles in the room are in various states of disrepair or deconstruction. Uh, you guys do you guys do manage to find a way into a series of corridors.
Can we tell if the like shearing was from impact or from weapons fire or?
Uh, from the interior, doing a tricorder. If you want to do a tricorder scan for me, that will probably I can probably give you some information based off of that. It's going to be difficulty
Yeah.
2.
Okay. Insight science.
Reason science.
Okay. Do I have a?
Let me check your character sheet here. Um, Not on this one, no.
No. Okay. I would like to get a momentum.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to deduct one more for the scene change, so.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Oh, do you
Oh,
have
no.
cautious science or
No.
no? Okay. Um,
Your tricorder explodes.
no,
Yeah,
no,
my
no.
tricorder just explodes in my hand.
I would not do that to you. Not not on, not on something like this. Um, okay,
I
try it.
did. I did meet the difficulty.
You did. Yeah, your tricorder scans indicate violent shearing forces, almost as if this section of the structure was just ripped away.
Hmm. Well, there's no signs of weapon damage.
Correct.
Mm. I do have a question.
Yeah.
Based on the consoles that we can see, is there any way to extrapolate, like, are they like small consoles, wide consoles? I was wondering if we can, based on the consoles themselves and how they're activated, whether or not we can extrapolate any information about the beings who used them.
Hmm.
Plakir might be able to, actually.
So I will pose that question to Plakir.
Interesting question, Lieutenant. Let's see. Judging from the panels, they were likely, well, judging from the panels, the hallways, the surroundings, they were likely humanoid, height between 1.8 and 2.2 meters. This
How tall is that in feet?
it's regular. It's a regular span of height for most humans.
Oh, okay.
You're Canadian. You're supposed to know meters. Come on. um, Likely opposable digits given the keyboards that giving the keyboards that are set up. Um, holds a tricorder out and starts scanning. The Universal Translator doesn't make out the language, at least not yet.
Is there any way I could help with that with my ancient technology focus?
Possibly, yes. Actually, if you want to make a reason science roll as you're scanning the area, um, we'll make it difficulty 2.
And as I excitedly open my character sheet, I accidentally exit out.
Whoopsie doodle.
This is where I regret taking all those points out of science. Alright, so it's what science?
Reason science.
Okay, and my ancient technology focus would apply?
Yes, it will.
And what's my number?
Difficulty is 2.
Do you guys mind if I take a die?
Go ahead.
I'm going to raise your complication range to 2 on this.
Oh, okay.
Spending a threat to do that.
Alright, complication range. Oh gosh, my target number is 11. This should be interesting. Hey!
But you made it.
I got it!
Oops. Okay, so you are scanning to determine what exactly?
I was trying to determine whether or not I could help with language translation using my ancient technology focus.
Okay, you can. And as you start scanning, the translator starts kind of resolving the language so that you guys will be able to use it further in.
Okay, I will be right back. Give me just a moment.
Okay, no problem.
Shanna pipes in. Any indication of weapons or weaponry or defensive systems?
In terms of interior defenses, hey, turn my light back on.
Just in anything that the Pluck Air sees on the consoles.
The translation's still in progress, but if you want to do a reason security scan, kind of to kind of get a tactical awareness of your surroundings, you can certainly do that.
Okay, we'll do.
Difficulty again will be 2. And I'm going to increase your complication range to 2, or to 2 as well.
Oh, well, okay. F that.
Okay.
And you would have gotten a complication.
Yep. That second 0 is in fact a complication.
Your tricorder
Everyone's tricord is exploding. Mass hysteria.
cats and dogs.
There are internal defenses according to your tricorder, and judging from your tricorder's readings, they are on warm standby.
Okay, I'm back.
Which
Good.
may mean that which means that there may be systems further inside this derelict that are scanning for intruders.
Oh, that's not good.
Does Shiana share that with the crew?
Heck yeah, she does.
May I confirm this scan?
I can have you do a reason security roll as well. Yes.
Yes, please. Would my survival focus apply?
I'm going to say no.
But survival.
Yeah, but survival is more a focus that I see applying to like to being in a wilderness environment where you are having to forage. Does that make
That's
sense? Like
yeah, or
it's the
like in
survival
in
portion
a
of
survival situation.
exactly, yeah. Like you're stranded
Yeah.
on a planet's surface waiting for help to arrive. That's a survival situation. Uh,
Okay,
Anyway,
and
so
what's the
Shiana's gotten like even more alert than she
mhm,
was, because there are levels of alertness in the security officer.
yep,
Um, and
if you were a dog, your ears would perk up.
oh, so yes,
yeah.
yes,
And
yes.
if she were a cat, her
Um,
tail would be low, like
yes,
slinking
with a little bit
down.
of a growl. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay.
So,
And
uh,
communicates that like there's an active internal security system.
Oh, that's interesting to know.
But
uh, so you said reason security,
reason security,
difficult.
difficulty two, and because you are attempting to repeat this task, your complication range is going to be two as well.
Oh God, Discord froze. Are people cool with me buying an extra?
Sure.
Okay.
Really? I'm gonna use my determination to
Okay. Go ahead and you can
uh
re-roll up to two.
do you need to know which value I'm calling upon, or
Um, it would help, yes.
the price of perfection is high?
Okay. I think that's fair. Everyone deserves a second chance would also have worked.
Yes, that's also fair, but that's more for like diplomacy in like my character's mind.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey.
Three successes. Um, with that, you can partially corroborate Shiana's finding. You don't detect any traces of a currently active internal security system. However, the mechanisms are definitely in place and tied into the computer network.
It does not seem that they are currently armed, Lieutenant Commander, but you are correct. There is a rather competent and complete self-defense system in place. I don't think we need to worry about tripping it, however.
I'll worry about tripping it, just in case.
Very well.
Did we, from my scan earlier for the languages and everything, did we get anything
Anything from what?
from when I helped to get the universal translator working? Did we get anything from?
You're clicking off the push to talk a little too soon there because you're cutting off on the last couple words.
Oh, sorry. Here, is when I rolled to help the universal translator pick up the language better.
Mhm.
Did we get anything from that?
Um, going forward, when you guys get to this power source and this computer system, you will have a functional translation. You'll be able to work through it, being able to understand the language.
Okay, cool. That's exactly what I wanted to know.
Yep.
So I think we're gonna very slowly tiptoe forward.
Okay. Uh,
I think our tank is in the lead.
right.
Yes. Yes, we definitely put our tank in the
Uh, you guys make your way through this derelict cautiously, naturally. Um, it takes probably about 15 to 20 minutes to reach the source of these of the energy signatures that you were detecting. Um, Entering that room, it seems slightly better put together than the room that you guys beamed into. There's still a lot of debris. It's still kind of a zero. It's still a zero microgravity environment. Uh, but some of the consoles are actually active after all this time.
Oh gosh, Jonas would like to go to a console, please.
I'm kind of waiting to see how Shiana is reacting to this. Like Jonas starts making over for one of the consoles, and
Carefully, mind you, he's
Don't touch it.
carefully.
Don't touch it.
Oh, tricorder's out first, so yes, he's not touching it, but he has his tricorder out.
okay.
Yes, Lieutenant Commander.
Um, Go ahead and give me a reason science scan. Difficulty is 2. Or reason science roll, rather.
Would my ancient technology focus apply?
Yes.
Okie dokie. I just got one.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, so what were you scanning for exactly? Just to see kind of what it was, or
Yeah, to determine what kind of console it was.
okay. Uh, you're not entirely certain, but you think this might tie into some sort of record keeping system.
It's. I don't know if it's I think this might tie into a record keeping system, Lieutenant Commander.
Have we seen any bodies while we've been walking around?
That's an excellent question, and the answer is no.
I would like to keep an eye out for bodies or any signs of biological matter, or even if like there's suits or uniforms or anything like that, just
Okay.
so we can get an idea of like more cultural stuff, and also just like ideas of like what they could have looked like.
You know what? Give me an insight. Uh, Give me an insight security roll. Actually, here. I'm
Security.
gonna make the insight security. I'm gonna make the difficulty here 3.
Oh wow.
But this is
Not
gonna basically
medicine?
represent like how on point you guys were as you were traversing the hallways and kind of going through this area.
Ah.
And anyone else who wants to make this roll can do so.
Help.
Heck yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Would my xenobiology focus apply?
Yes.
You said insight security?
Yes.
And okay. I don't think any of my focuses would apply here, would
They would not.
alright.
Okay, so Shiana succeeded.
I was so close.
Yeah, the other 2 of you were pretty close. Let me have Plekier make a roll here too.
Just like
Have her
look up and there's
xenoanthropology
like a
focus apply.
mass of bodies above us or something.
Right. No, but there are some even. So Shiana, uh, you notice what looks like like a partially opened locker, basically, and something in there catches your eye. Something in there glints. Taking a closer look, you walk over to it, kind of open it up, and it's an EV suit um, with a stylized delta on the left breast. Uh,
You mean like a Starfleet?
I do.
Guys, I think this nebula is not done fucking around with temporal mechanics.
What do you mean?
What?
Look at this.
Sorry,
Oh.
what are we looking at? Because I was slightly interrupted.
So, Shanna, you want to tell them what they're looking at?
It's an open locker, a slightly open locker, and I've opened it completely, and there's an EV suit with a Starfleet emblem.
Okay, so the moment I see that, does it belong or does it not belong?
Give me an insight command roll.
Okay.
Difficulty here is going to be 3.
Would my attunement focus come into play?
Yes, it would. As would your ancient technology focus.
Oh, okay. Uh, is everybody okay if I buy a die?
Please.
I'm wondering. No, I'll go ahead and try. I I think I will use a determination to re-roll those 2 zeros.
Okay, what value are you calling upon?
Not everything can be learned in school.
Let me see. Can you give me a good argument for why that value would apply here?
Hmm. No, I cannot.
Okay, so
I have an idea. Oh, okay.
so I can't let you apply. I can't let you spend the determination for that then.
Okay.
What I will say is, boy, this is the Dauntless episode where everyone was on fire until the moment they weren't. Uh,
Yeah.
you suddenly realize,
Feast your family.
right? You suddenly realize you realize that it does belong here. That's the realization, and yet at the same time it shouldn't. Like the rational part of your mind is trying to overrule what your instinct is feeling, and the whole thing just ends up giving you a headache.
So I am gonna he's gonna put his hand to his head and it belongs here. It's a part of our timeline, but it doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be.
All our scans showed this is a truly ancient structure.
Several it was 100,000 years old.
Either there was some sort of something a long time ago that experienced a cataclysm, or this was, I don't know, transported here?
I'm calling it. We need to pull whatever data we can from the computer consoles, and then we're getting out of here.
Can I take a scan of the EV suit?
You can. As you say that, Shanna, Plakir says, except we can't get out of here until we disable whatever field is affecting subspace.
That's true. Are we near that, by the way?
Um, Fairly nearby. Yes.
Lieutenant Commander, do we want to have some people stay here and pull information off this console while others go and try and shut down the field, or just stay together for everything?
On this one, we're sticking together.
Okay.
First priority now is disabling the field.
Aye, aye.
As the captain, never split the party.
The captain's
As
going to
I
have to
was,
say that a bit more clearly.
I said, as the captain, never split the party.
Yep.
As I was asking that question, the song was playing in my head.
Yeah, I would like to get a scan not only of like the composite of this suit,
Hmm.
but also if there's any trace DNA.
Okay. All right. It's going to be reason science
God damn it.
or reason medicine, if you prefer. It's going to be a scaling difficulty, but it's going to start at difficulty 2. Beyond that, more successes will yield more information.
That is totally fair. I'm assuming my xenobiology focus applies.
Yes.
Could I assist with my ancient technology?
Yeah, actually.
Okie dokie.
I need to get cautious medicine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that after this game. Alright, you said difficulty 2? Or no,
Starting at 2.
What would I be
Can
rolling
I-
to 8?
Okay, what I heard two people speaking at once, and Discord cut you both off.
Oh, sorry.
You go first.
I was asking, what do I need to roll in order to aid her?
It would be reason medicine for you as well.
Okay, cool. I'm glad I raised my medicine. Thanks for all the lessons.
No problem. Can I take an extra dice, please?
Okay.
I don't think I've ever rolled medicine on Jonas before.
First time for everything.
You tried.
He did indeed.
You held the flashlight in the correct place.
Hey, it's the little things sometimes. River, get off my desk. And waiting for stuff to roll.
I did.
Oh, there
I
it
got
is. It's wow. Okay, 4 successes. Sorry about that. I just blanked on that. Apparently, the suit itself appears to be a polyphobic metamaterial, similar to what Starfleet has been using, at least for the past 50 years, in their EV suits. Despite the age of this derelict and the age of the suit itself, you are able to get a small sample of DNA.
Good. That will be studied in the med lab later.
And the DNA sample reads as, from what you can determine, reads as near human. Again, all humanoid, very close to human. You see this specific the specific tells of preserver influence in whatever species this was,
Right.
but it has evolved from it's evolved outside any known species in Starfleet's catalog.
Okay. So, as far as I'm aware, there's no history or interaction or mythology about a human parallel or perpendicular species predating like the Vulcan contact with Earth.
Not as far as you're aware.
Okay. Why is it that every time we finish dealing with the Department of Temporal Investigations, we likely have to contact them again?
Well, to be fair, this has been here for who knows how long. So then again, the probability of us always finding something that'll involve DTI is steadily rising.
It's the damn nebula.
I'm gonna agree with the lieutenant commander. It's the nebula.
I mean,
You
you're
know,
probably not wrong.
Lieutenant Cardin, were you around when we encountered the the individual who called himself the Doctor?
You know, I thought you were about to ask me if I was around when this thing was active, and I was about to say something about asking people their ages.
I
But
would never
no,
imply.
no, I was not around when the ship met the doctor. I was still. Oh God, what was the name of the ship I was on? One moment.
You were on your other assignment.
Yes, I was on the USS Belfast.
While we were speaking with him, he spoke with, or part of what we did was find a temporal anomaly that was a continuous and constant source at the heart of the nebula, and it seemed to be causing all sorts of distortions. I'm wondering if this might be a byproduct.
That tracks to me. I think you're correct.
It's entirely possible.
Do we have all the scans that we need from this area? We need to work on disabling the field.
Other than extracting the information from the console, that I think we did.
I would like to see if we can get some data off of that console, Commander. Plakier says.
How long will that take?
Probably a few minutes.
I
We
can
will
assist
wait.
with that.
We will wait here as a group until the data is
Shiana
extracted.
as a field trip scoutmaster, like the den mother. We will wait. We will wait here. There will be no bathroom breaks.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just wait while Pakir gets the.
Okay.
And if there are any other scans that anyone feels like doing in this particular area, do them now. And then we will go to disable the field.
Okay, well, Plakier nailed it.
No, I guess I didn't even have to
Of course
help.
she did. Hi.
And actually, given that's... Well, this is more of an archaeology focus at this point.
She rolled a 1 and a 2. That is awesome.
Yeah. She is one of the best in her field. All right, so you guys kind of wrap up the scans. Placer says, I've got some audio here, Commander.
Play it.
Copy, playing it now. The voice comes up. The translator's running, starts running. It sounds, but even before the translator kicks in, it sounds approximate to, but not exactly like galactic standard. Like there are variations, but it's rather close. There are words that you guys can make out. Uh, Commanding officer's log, stardate 2063280.55. Preparations for are complete. We've held off as long as we could. They've destroyed their own, neutralized the rifts, firing asteroids at relativistic structural integrity will hold. It has to. First ships on their way through soon. The interspersing periods were either static or drowned out. So this is a partial log from what you guys can tell.
That did not sound good.
What was the start date again?
2063280.55.
Oh, can you type it out for my dumb?
Yeah.
Thank you.
In fact, I can do this. And it should be up on you guys' screens now if you're in Roll20.
Yep. I'm assuming because we understand this, our characters would understand the star dates and how it works. How long ago is this?
This is so very like drums in the deep. I can't even handle it right now. Okay.
The star date is approximately 2,000 years in the future.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's way too long to be past.
Wait, this doesn't make sense. The future. That.
It means they found a way to jump back in time, but they jumped back 100,000 years?
No, wait, that doesn't make sense. It belongs.
It's the damn nebula.
Jonas is rubbing his head like he's got a massive headache.
Okay, we're moving.
Shanna, we're going back to the part I understand, which is how to keep you guys safe, shut down this field, and get back to the ship.
Yes. We need to shut down the field because Dauntless needs to get out of here. Everybody good?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Let's go.
Pluck here.
Ready as I'm going to be.
Right, we're moving. And Shiana starts in the direction where they know the field generation is.
Okay.
Taking point with her rifle out.
Okay, so you guys are kind of moving with a little bit of urgency on this, or at least as much as you can in EV suits, having to use your mag boots. So there's still some challenge involved, but you do make your way without too much difficulty to a room that looks, in terms of debris, not much different. Again, slightly more put together than the room that you guys beamed into. There are signs that power is active throughout this room, however. There are some consoles near the far end of the room and some sort of contraption that almost looks like a scaled down warp core. Like it's got the matter and antimatter feeds kind of coming up into it. but it's on a much
think-
smaller scale than Dauntless's warp core, for example.
I think we found engineering.
If looking at what we have here for an engine, could I tell whether or not that, knowing that this is like very advanced because it's in the future apparently and now in the past, could I tell whether or not... Oh crap, I lost my train of thought. I was going somewhere with that, I promise. I just can't remember.
All right. Anybody see an obvious way to cut the power to this?
Can I roll for that?
I think you should.
Yeah, let's do Insight Science. Difficulty's going to be 1 on this one.
Oh dang. Can I argue engineering because
Yes,
cutting
okay,
off
yeah,
power?
engineering makes sense.
All right, insight engineering. What my ancient technology focus would come into play? Yes.
Yes.
Oh wait, I have this talent. Flight operator. Would
Okay.
that come into play here if I could?
Not here, no.
Okay, just checking to see if I could switch. All right.
Okay.
And it's a difficulty 1 roll.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Plakir says, if I may, the consoles?
Yeah, of course. I'm just gonna blame it on the headache. Nothing here makes sense.
And Plakir kind of looks over to you, Dolly, and says, is he going to be okay?
Oh God, what happened? Sorry, I had to step away from.
Oh, no worries.
Jonas is not enjoying the fact that his instincts are telling him one thing and his logical side is telling him another, and now he has a migraine. Timey-wimey stuff, people. It affects him.
Yeah, no, I'm going... I understand. Believe me, I understand. On a literal... I will just look to Jonas. Can I do a quick scan of him to make sure he's...
Yeah. Reason Medicine, difficulty 1.
Cool.
Complication!
Oh, do you have Cautious Medicine?
No,
No?
not
Okay.
yet. I should have gotten it before the session, but I didn't, like a dumbass.
Oh, it's fine. You would have had to spend momentum anyway, and you didn't. So it wouldn't have helped you here. So I don't know why I asked. Because I had a brain fart. What I'm going to say for the complication... I mean, you still made the difficulty.
Yep.
But there is a rather high level of nadion radiation in this room, so it would behoove all of you to do what you came to do and get out rather quickly.
Oh boy. He'll be fine, but we need to move quickly.
Okay,
Do you? I'm gonna turn to what Jonas was. Do you want me to? What Jonas was attempting to do with the powers?
Oh yeah, we got pointed to the consoles by Plakir, who's being the smartest out of all of us.
What do I need to do to make it not work?
To basically turn the system off?
Yes.
I will say it's going to be control engineering.
Oh.
Somewhat lower difficulty than I would normally assign because this bears enough similarity to technology that you are familiar with that that you can use it. without
Or
any
could
added
I
difficulty.
just shoot everything?
Bad
No.
idea. Bad
And
idea.
is that an out loud thought there, Shiana? Or
Yes, that is
and
an out loud
No.
thought.
okay, so
No.
that's when Plakir puts a hand on your phaser rifle and kind of pushes it down toward the floor, and just
Oh, I was gonna ask if I could assist on that.
I will let you assist.
Duly noted, Black Hair.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling control engineering, and
Mm-hmm.
as you and Dothli are doing this, Plakir turns to Yushian and says, "Let them do this. They've got this."
Ancient technology, and I'm just rolling one dice, correct?
You are correct.
All right. Yay!
Nailed it.
And Shiana says in a low voice to Plakir, I know that they have this. You know that it's you that I'm worried about.
She just kind of smiles and says, "My dear, I am a Klingon." As if that just kind of like
this entire
puts
ship
everything
could blow
in
up and she'd be
perspective.
fine.
But I'm the warrior, and you're the brain.
That's so adorable.
We are all of us dynamic individuals who can be what we need to be when the time calls for us to do that.
I want to
And
eat it.
if you don't believe me, I'll be happy to join you on the phaser range next time we're aboard the Dauntless.
It's a date.
And as the two of you are kind of talking through your EV suits, you hear the systems start. You hear the systems shut down, like the power system cuts off, and the room goes quiet.
We did it.
Well done, Lieutenant.
Oh, I would like to go back to the ship now, please.
Shiana to Dauntless.
Oh, okay.
Dauntless here.
We believe we have disabled the field. Can you confirm with scans?
Bianca nods to Catalea.
Confirmed, Captain. We are free to engage our warp drive.
Excellent. Alright. Hurry back.
On our way, Captain.
Dauntless out.
Okay. You guys actually managed to beam up to the Dauntless straight from that chamber with the Nadion radiation dispersed. It's an easy matter to transport you back aboard the Dauntless. So
Shannon is the first to take off her helmet. I hate this nebula. I mean, I love this nebula, but I hate this nebula.
Jonas is gonna take his off next. I really
Hey,
love
Bianca's
this
just
nebula. Sorry.
Bianca's just gonna kind of, like, tilt her head quizzically.
Jonas is gonna take his helmet off next and go, I really love this nebula, but I hate that we keep finding things that are temporally not correct.
Oh.
Sorry, Captain. That structure down there, from what we gathered, is part of a much bigger structure from the future, and it's Starfleet.
2,000 years in the future.
But
But
we
it's
should really get out of here while we
150,000
can.
years old.
Unfortunately, Lieutenant Commander, our directives are to investigate this nebula.
Everybody sees Shiana like roll her shoulders and the frustration like
No.
Just rolling off of
how
her in
much
waves.
more do we need to investigate before we get the Dauntless out of this?
Well, to be fair, because Jonas will remember while I don't, and I'll list off the number of dots that I found on the map that I made, and I will count off those for Shiana so that she has a feeling or she has a know-how of how many other places there are left to explore.
And I'll put it up on you guys' monitors again. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There are 16 dots left. That could be planets and or systems that are left to explore, Lieutenant Commander.
Or pieces.
or all of
If
the above, Catalea chimes in.
that is
or
correct.
or pieces of a future that ended up destroying itself by traveling 100,000 years into the past.
I don't know. It sounds like that from the recording they were escaping something.
Can we take a piece
Like
of this thing
who?
with us?
I
I
was
don't see
going
why
to ask
not.
if we could.
I thought we brought the suit with us.
That would be a momentum
yeah.
spend, but I mean, next episode's
Yeah.
going to be a new episode anyway, so you got the momentum, spend it.
Yeah,
Sure.
go for it.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
bring
Yeah,
the
you brought the suit back.
With your permission, Captain, I would like to go to sickbay and see if I can make some estimates of just what species may eventually wear this.
Granted. Let me
Dra-
know what you find.
drag it off with me towards Medved. Just like awkwardly dragging it by one arm, the foot almost gets caught in the turbo lift.
Captain, if it's all right, if Plakia, oh, I'm so sorry, out of character. I can't remember her name right now.
Pluck hair.
Placer. If Placer is going to go over the data that we've got from the ship, I would like to aid them in that.
Go ahead.
And if sorry to do this, but I need to cut out just a bit early today, guys.
No, that's okay. We were kind of wrapping up anyway.
Oh, okay. It was a really good game, guys. I love this, and I cannot wait for the next game.
Oh.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
So in wrapping up terms, like, do you guys have anything else that you want to do before we wrap up the episode?
I kind of want a Shiana and Pluck hair moment.
Yeah. What'd you have in mind?
I don't know, maybe just the whole settling into their quarters.
Okay. Yeah.
Would you also be cool with a Shiana and Dolly moment too after that?
Definitely.
Yes, we did promise like a tea
Yeah.
and catch up. Yeah,
Okay.
so that would be good too.
So we will swap out. I know I should have put quarters in my maps at some point here, and I didn't. But that's on me. That's not on you guys. So we'll just cut back to the bridge. But yeah, we'll have you and Click here just kind of getting back to the quarters at the end of the duty shift. And as oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Shanna turns to pluck hair as the door closes behind them. You are too reckless.
Plakir just kind of drapes her arms over your shoulders and says, "Well, live a little, am I right?"
I'm the chief of security. I have a duty to every person on this ship, but I also have a duty to you, and I would prefer that you weren't on any other away missions, but that's unfair, and I know that, and
And she just gives you this big Klingon grin and says, "We all agreed to the dangers when we came out here."
I didn't agree to putting you in danger.
You asked for me to be here with you.
I did, and I think I forgot how a starship like Dauntless, like what part of me forgot the things that we've encountered in the past, and that
It's all right.
I didn't know entirely what I was bringing you into.
It's the nature of the job. That's why we're out here. None of us knows what we'll be into from one day to the next. But that's not something to be afraid of. That's something to take joy in.
And I would, that I would, but then there's you, and I fear for you, and
And
how can I protect you?
and she just kisses you and says, "When we're on away teams together, or when we're on the bridge together, or wherever we are in our duty hours, I'm just part of the ship. And if you're doing your job as a security officer, then I'm already safe, right?" I trust you.
You always know the right thing to say. And I will keep you safe.
And I will help you keep a calm head on your shoulders. And she just smiles.
And yes, we all know I need help with that. Thank you.
Of course. That's when the chime buzzes. For the door.
Enter, Shanna says as she steps away.
Straightens up her uniform.
Yeah.
I will take a step in.
Plakir's gaze lingers on Shiana for a moment, but then she kind of turns and makes eye contact.
Does Pakir have a rank?
She's a lieutenant in the Klingon Defense Force.
Commander? Lieutenant?
Centurion?
Am I interrupted?
Not at all. I believe that we have a date for tea and catching up.
That was the plan. I am afraid to tell you that if you are expecting romantic inclinations, I will have to decline.
Plakir says, "Well, that's a relief."
Dolly, no, I do not expect any romantic inclinations between the two of us. Does that ease your mind?
Slightly. Again, I suppose I should have suffixed with, that was a joke. And I kind of just awkwardly put like a hand on my hip like, mission accomplished.
And Plakir just barks. Ha! And kind of,
Pluck be nice. She's a newly reintegrated
it was funny.
org. Okay, it was funny. You're right. You just...
I'm going to bury my head in 2,000 years of record keeping data. Have your tea.
Let me know if you find anything interesting and I will do this. I promise to bring the lieutenant commander back in one piece.
I would expect no less.
And I will take Shiana to yeah, let's go to the...
Because that's not public and awkward at all.
I mean, it was either that or my quarters, but like now Dolly feels kind of awkward, so is gonna take you to the mess hall instead.
No, it's great. I mean, the whole like, I hope you weren't expecting like romantic whatever.
No, it's so good.
That was so good. Oh my gosh.
And then yeah, just like find a corner. It seems things have been good for you since.
I refound my footing. I think I feel more grounded. Just being in a position of training a whole species in security and weaponry and tactical operations. It brought me back to the things that brought me to Starfleet to begin with. So, and yes, and then I met Placaire, and oh, things are good. But I'm so happy to be back on Dauntless.
It is very good to have you back. When things were occurring, and I wasn't sure what exactly was going to happen with the integration, I had wished that you were here. I was upset that I could not explain the situation.
You have nothing to be upset about in terms of accountability to other people. You did what was right for you and for the multiverse, apparently. But I wonder, how are you?
I am well, and I am feeling much better, but part of me still feels a bit guilty for taking Naale's life from what it was. And she did this willingly. We both did this willingly, but it was... I feel like it was a choice for her that was rather with a phaser to her head.
But guilt in this case is unproductive, could hold you back. Both you and you, 19 and Nale, had to make this decision. You both did it willingly.
Well, it was that or die.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That is the imperative of life, to continue living.
I just felt frustrated that I could not give you a proper goodbye as 19.
Don't be concerned about that. While I might miss the 19 that I knew, I am happy to see who you are as you are now. And to be back on Dauntless and to be back with all of you, and selfishly I have to say that because I'm happy, I'm happy to see the people that I care about happy as well.
That's good to hear. We have a new science officer. I don't like him.
Who is our new science officer?
Lieutenant Commander Rye. He is
What is it
also
about him that you don't like?
he is also Romulan, but he holds his nature as if it is not necessarily a burden, but he seems to think himself a victim of circumstance. That does not apply to him.
His Romulan nature, you mean?
Yes. He seems to think that he is resented or feared or constantly blamed for who he is. And I can understand to some extent his paranoia, but I am uncertain if it is an active thing or a subconscious thing or perhaps even a deliberate thing. We had a conversation and it left me frustrated.
I will keep an eye on him. Paranoid Romulans aren't a good thing.
And I seem to recognize him from somewhere, and I can't place it.
Do you think it's... Which life do you think that's from?
19s. I wonder if he was part of the Tal Shiar or had family in the Tal Shiar. My family worked very closely with it before I was assimilated.
You know, the last things I want are a threat to you or a Tal Shiar agent on this ship. I will keep an eye on...
I doubt he is an active agent. I just think it might be part of his past that he might be running from or guilty of.
Are there any psychological profiles that I might have access to?
There may be one or two that I've been working on in a clandestine manner.
That would be helpful.
Of course, I can only give you certain aspects of it because of confidentiality reasons.
Of course.
I take a long drink of my
Your tea?
of my tea. And then I look back at Shiana, like, I'm gonna wait until she finishes having a drink. Like, very clearly waiting. I also may have kissed Lieutenant Carter.
Jonas, you and Jonas?
I don't know.
But how do you feel about him?
Positive?
That was a very prominent question mark at the end of the word positive. How do you feel about him? How does your stomach feel? How do you feel in your gut? Like, not your brain, just your gut. How does it respond to the idea of him?
There's just a slow eyebrow right. Are you asking me if I get butterflies?
Yes, essentially.
No.
Does the absence of butterflies signify anything to you?
No. I feel concerned that I am mistaking platonic affection for romantic affection, or vice versa. But at the moment, he is the only person on board the ship that I wish to kiss, if that answers a question.
It does. It answers your own question whether this is platonic or romantic affection.
Kissing is not inherently romantic.
For most species, it is. Have you talked to Jonas about this?
I was planning on having a conversation with him later. I just thought it would be nice to talk to a friend about it.
Do you still want to kiss him?
19 very pointedly looks away. Or I should say Dolly very pointedly looks away.
You do. You still want to kiss him. So I'm going to give, overly romantic advice, which is so out of my realm.
And yet not, because Shiana's had some recent experience in this field and is like maybe feeling up to sharing it. Who knows?
I'm going to echo what I said before. Listen to your heart and your gut, not your head. And if you still feel like kissing him, then kiss him. And see what happens. And see what your feelings say. Like, just, you don't need to have a conversation with him. If you still feel like kissing him, then no conversation necessary.
That seems like a rather unproductive use of time.
Oh, kissing is never unproductive.
You just get like this effect, like this kind of fond shake of the head as a response.
And
You are you are a scientist. You're a doctor, are you not?
In part. The other part is diplomatic.
But then
I know so
you
much about politics now.
But then you recognize the actual physical benefit of endorphins.
Well, yes.
Then kissing is never unproductive. If it's the right person that you're kissing.
You are aware that the more you speak of it, the more it makes me wish to scan you during. Never mind.
Please don't, because I will find out if you do. And then there would have to be consequences, and I would hate to visit consequences on you, my friend.
It would only be with permission, obviously.
I will say this. Knowing Placer and being with her has changed me. In some ways, not like in certain essential ways. I am always me. I am the chief of security of the Dauntless. I am paranoid and overcautious and too quick to throw the punch. But I am happier and I am more sure of myself. And if Jonas gives you those things, happiness and more like a surety of yourself, things that you didn't have without him, then you should continue to spend time with Jonas.
I will definitely take your advice into consideration.
Well, I would hope so, seeing as how we're friends.
Speaking of, and I will slide a handful of lollipops across the table towards Shiana.
Thank you. Thank you.
all right, I'm going to cut away to the ready room. Where Bianca or Sarah had asked to have a scene.
Bianca is mid-conversation. She's having a conversation with Santiago on her computer terminal.
Okay.
Just giving him a recap of what they found on this derelict hulk.
Okay.
And when she makes a quip about, she's like, you know, I was thinking that we'd have to do with the DTI, but it looks like we're gonna be dealing with them again.
You know, at this rate, Shia, you're going to end up with a DTI agent permanently on board your vessel. You may just want to go ahead and ask for that up front.
I mean, if I can avoid it.
But you already know you can't.
I mean, I kind of have already messed with time.
Say that again?
myself. I've already kind of messed with time myself.
It's a little bit different in this case, though, isn't it? You had nothing to do with this, except for the fact that you discovered it.
Well, yes. Still, get nosy.
Still what?
They can get nosy.
Well, I suppose that's true, but they are a
I don't know what you're talking
purely investigative agency, so it's not like you would face consequences or having them constantly second guessing you. In fact, maybe they might be less inclined to nose into things if they know one of their own is out on that ship.
about. Wait, kid.
I've already got Reese watching over my shoulder.
It's a-
That's not a very kind way of looking at it. Reese is your Jag. He works for you.
that-
This
the one
is
that you
true.
gave me.
But he also makes my
It seems
paperwork
to
load a
have
lot
been-
worse. I like the guy, don't get me wrong.
Shouldn't your first officer be taking care of that? And frankly,
Most
shouldn't
of it,
he
yeah,
have?
but some of
shouldn't
it
he have
needs
a?
my John Hancock. I am the one that calls the shots around here now, after all.
Does that mean you could order him to do more of the paperwork that he's generating?
I'm not mean.
Well, no, it's not about being mean. It's about being efficient. You're the captain. Delegate.
I'll take it under advisement. You've been doing this a lot longer than I have.
Staff agency is meant to take work off your plate, not put it back on. So, if it's not doing that for you, fix it.
Let me tell you about my issue.
Anyway, how are you doing?
You don't take child.
I'm doing surprising.
No.
It was good to get a sanity check. Went out. No.
Sanity check on
No,
what?
it's that- From someone else.
Yeah. Well, if you keep finding things like you found today out there, you're going to need a lot more sanity checks.
Yes, basically, yes.
He just
Yeah,
kind of
so-
smirks.
Far away. Don't stay too far away.
Well, not if I can help it. But Starfleet intelligence has its own
Basically means money owed.
things, so
Please have great
hopefully
satisfaction.
nothing's going to take me out of here for a while.
Well, don't be a stranger.
You know me better than that.
Thing that they will fight
I'll be around, one way or another.
All right. Well, we both have ships to run.
Yes,
That we do.
everything was powerful.
Best be back to it. And he closes the
Wow.
channel.
Not how that works. And honestly, I don't.
So, on that note, I think we will call it an episode, guys.